Hello, friends. It is September 1st, which means August is over, which is crazy to my brain, personally. What happened to the summer, babe? Where did the summer go?
We were hosting your brother for a month, and then you were away for a month, and that is where the
Summer.
went.
Yeah, you're right. That's the whole summer.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. All right, well, summer's over. September is the month of my birth. It is the month in which I was born. I'm turning 31 in 2 weeks. How does that feel for you? You're marrying an old person.
It makes me feel very young and spry.
Fantastic. She feels young and spry. I also feel pretty young and spry, I gotta say. So if you're new to the channel, of which there are quite a few new people, hello, welcome. Every month, at the end of the month, I like to check in. I'm a Virgo, as you know, because I told you I'm born in September, and so I'm a planner. I like to focus on very specific things. We have a word of the year. I have very specific goals that I like to focus on for the year or longer. A lot of these are probably going to continue past this year, but so I just like to check in at the end of every month and see what progress I've made towards those goals. And so that's what this is. I just track them on an Excel document because, it's not Excel, it's Google Sheets, but same thing. Because it's just a marker of where we're at. I'm going to start a little bit backwards this time. I usually go, left to right, as people do. But I'm going to go a little bit backwards this time. And if you've been here for a while, you probably know why, because there's a little secret surprise. But for now, let's start at the end. This one's another... Okay, so to be fair, for the month of August, did I eat out a lot? Yes. I was traveling for work. I was in Chicago for 3 straight weeks, living out of a hotel with no kitchen. So I ate out every single meal for 3 straight weeks, which was terrible for my waistline. And it sounds like it'd be bad for my wallet too, but it wasn't, because it was travel for work. So they front the cost of that, because as part of me traveling, they understand that I don't have access to a kitchen, so they help pay for that stuff, which is very nice. And I like to think I did enough work to make up for it. I definitely did. I worked really hard. But I ate out a lot, but it was covered by the company. So we still ate out also, to be clear, and since I got back and before then. But we haven't hit our max yet. The goal is, so in the year 2022, I spent like $6,000 eating out, which is crazy. It was her fault. It wasn't her fault.
You were courting me.
I was courting her.
You were doing your job.
I was courting her. We were moving in together. It was summertime in New York City, which is where you get all fast, fun, and flirty. So we were all over the place, and we ate out a lot. We ordered a lot of DoorDash. I'd say a lot of DoorDash, and an exorbitant amount of DoorDash. But this year I decided that was just not money well spent for me last year. So in the year 2023, I wanted to spend $2,500 or less. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 months left of the year. We're at $2,253. So I don't think we're going to do it. But by God, are we going to be much closer than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm feeling good about it. Every month that we enter these numbers and it's not 2,500, I'm like, whoo. So you know what? I think it's a good goal. Okay, so I looked it up, and last year, in the year of 2022, technically we spent $5,700. So half would be $2,850. I'm just saying. Just saying. So there's still a chance we could do half, which I'm really also very happy with. But I'm still going to shoot for that 25. I don't know that we're going to get there. That's tough. That's a tough one. But we're doing way better than I thought, honestly. Because that was a lofty goal.
I love your habit of setting wildly unrealistic goals, and then
but sometimes I hit them.
So proud of yourself when you don't hit them.
What do you mean?
That's exactly what you're doing right now.
Listen, I'm coming much closer than I thought. That's the thing. Like, I'm looking at these months. May, $486. June, $379. July, $326. August, $502. Like, we was out. Like, I was just out. So we're doing pretty good. Let me celebrate that.
I know that personally, if I don't hit a goal, I'm devastated. Like, physically devastated.
What do you which response do you think is more healthy?
I don't know which response I think is more healthy.
You all let us know in the comments. Do you think it's better to not hit a goal and celebrate being closer than you thought you'd be? Or do you think it's better to devastate yourself if you don't hit goals?
But make goals that you know you can reach. That's the important
Let me
part.
know. I think we're having a fundamental disagreement.
The realistic goals.
If I set a realistic goal for myself and then hit it, I'm like, woo, I did the thing that I knew I could already do. Whereas if I set a goal that is insanity and then get pretty close, that's probably farther than I would have been had I set a realistic goal. You know, the realistic goal maybe would have been short of where I actually ended up. I'm also super happy to fail. Love it. So okay with failure. So unbothered by it. And that is where we have a very key difference. All right, enough talking about eating out. What's next? All right. Fully funded emergency fund. I haven't been actively saving towards this. For the few months, I just capped it and left it where it was, kind of, and then just rolled that money into my big student loan payment that I was going to make. That I made. Spoiler alert. So this is just the interest rolling up again. That's all. Nothing wacky. I'm not actively saving towards it right now. I will someday in the future, but I feel good about having a month's worth of it, like a total month's worth of expenses covered. And we will, the two of us, when we combine our lives together, we'll probably have a further discussion about what we need and want that to look like. But for now, I'm happy with it where it is. Fat Fire. This is how much money, I feel like I would explain this every month, and the poor people who watch all my videos are going to be like, we know. But this is how much money I would get every month if I were to retire right now, which, first of all, I wouldn't have access to any of that money because it's in a 401k. So yeah, I couldn't access that money right now at all. But, you know, it's nice to quantify it in, like, terms that make sense to me. One day, I will be financially independent, probably, maybe. And then you're gonna see something a little different than usual. We're gonna skip this one. We're gonna skip it for now. Don't worry, we're getting to it. Annual income. This is my running annual income for the year, $62,471. I would just like to say that as of the end of September, I will have made more this year than I did all of last year, which is a blasty blast. Look at that. Which is a blast. I'm getting pretty close. I think I ended my last job at 65.5 or something. Not ended. I mean, I got promoted. But so that's pretty cool. So October, November, and December are just gravy, baby. So that's fun. I had a large income jump at the beginning of March this year. So that's fun to see that play out. Okay. Here it is. Is everybody ready? What? Student loan number finally went down. It's been the same since December 2022, and even the jump from November to December was pretty small. I made a $17,200 payment to these student loans. Hell yeah. That was a crazy day. I made a video about it. You may have already seen that video. It posted a few days before this one is now, before whenever you're watching this. There's a whole video about it. If you haven't seen it, go back and look. I filmed the whole thing, and I felt crazy the whole time while I was doing it. And it made me want to jump up and down and scream and also throw up. It's just a weird feeling to spend $17,000 on anything. So yeah, and what that did, so because I was keeping this money in an off-budget savings account, I wasn't counting it towards my net worth at the time, which is super, like, you don't have to do that. Like, obviously I had the money the whole time, so technically what's about to happen is not a realistic representation of what happened in my bank accounts, but I wasn't tracking that number alongside everything else with my net worth, so, whoa, it made a major jump in my net worth because that's just the way that I track it. So, we are going to, before the end of this year, actually probably long before the end of this year, we are going to have a sub 5-figure negative net worth. Which, again, that's one of those things that, like, celebrating failure.
Yeah.
It's full circle back to that, but I'm proud of it because like this has been. I mean, at the end of last year it was 145, so I will have gone up $45,000+ in net worth.
Yeah.
Which is wacky.
And when we combine finances, you'll get an extra $10,000 boost from me. Because my net worth is in the black.
Pound it, pound it, pound it. Bam. You're going to get a wicked downfall. Sucks for you, dog.
Whatever.
So, yeah, that's where we're at. I wish every month was that exciting, but it's certainly not going to be.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I'm going to go back to my corner.
Back to work. Yeah, so it's a culmination of like 3 years worth of hard work for those two little lines, but I'll take it. And so now week over week we'll see this little number dropping, which is very cool. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. I made a whole video. Check out that video where I still don't have anything else to say about it, because I was emotional, but also like. Again, it's such a crazy feeling to spend that much money in one. Like, I just clicked and I spent $17,000. My sister bought a house recently, and I texted her and I said, "Is this how you felt?" And she's like, "What? Like you wanted to cry with joy and also throw up?" And I was like, "Yeah, exactly like that." So that's what I just said. So yeah, a good month. August 2023 was a great month. September should hopefully be like less exciting. I'm okay with that. I was traveling a lot in August. I'm tired. I would love another just like chill, boring month with just like steady progress. I'm looking forward to that. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you soon. Have a good one.